trinomial, so you have 3 terms here, and we know that it's a quadratic because we have an x squared. Okay? Then we are going to do our diamond problem like what we did yesterday. So yesterday, for those of you that weren't here, we did, I don't know, 12 problems that started like this with this diamond. Okay? And in your diamond, yesterday, you had 4 boxes that were filled in, or 4 triangles that were filled in, okay? And then you had to come up with the other 2. Well, today, all you're going to have is this empty one, and you're going to have to put all the information in. So, the 2 numbers on the top on either side are just whatever your a value is. So, whatever the number is in front of your x squared, you're going to drop in those 2 spots. That could be 1, could be 2, could be 3, could be any number so chooses. The difficulty of the problem goes up the larger the number is in front of the x squared. Okay? So if it's a 1, those are the easiest type problems. Okay? And then as it goes 2, 3, 4, etc., the difficulty goes up. Math Excel does not like to give a lot of ones that have a 1 for A. Okay? To get this middle number right here, we're going to do A times C. So whatever your first term is, whatever your last term is going to go in the middle. Okay. And then the bottom term is just your B value. Okay, so if this is a negative B, then negative B will go down below. If it's a positive B, then you put a positive B down here. Okay? And then use your factors 1 to 100 sheet to fill in the 2 open spots like we did yesterday. Okay? Now, what you have to be careful of when we get going today is that we're going to use this 2 side pieces of information. And these 2 side pieces of information, I'm going to write it over here first. So this means that we need to reduce but keep sign in the same place. And as we go through these problems, you'll get more understanding of what that means. Okay? But what you're looking at, the part that's circled, look like fractions, okay? Those always have to be reduced. You may reduce in your calculator, you may reduce in your head. If you don't remember how to reduce in your calculator, then you need to ask. Okay? Your answer, you will take what's in the blue and you will rewrite it in 2 binomials. And your answer will be I don't want that there. Scratch that. X and then something, and X and then something. I'll write it like that. Don't put that there. That shouldn't be there. And the majority of you did very well in the exit slip yesterday. So the only part that we're adding new is to take what you filled in yesterday and rewrite it in your binomials. Okay? Yes?
That's why it had like the 1 at the top.
Yes. If you remember, I had handwritten in the A's for you guys. Yes. Okay, so we're looking at doing approximately 12 examples. Put them however you can fit about 12 examples on your page. Some of you write and need more space than others, so it just depends on however you want to put those in. So the first problem, and we're going to start easy and then move to harder problems. Or maybe some of them will be easy for all of you. Or maybe they'll all be difficult for all of you. I don't know. Okay, so what we're looking at here is if I have an A value, a B value, and a C value. There's our values. They always go in alphabetical order. And if I draw my diamond here, my A value goes on either side. So I'm going to put a 1 and a 1. In the middle, it's A times C. So 1 times 15 is 15. And at the bottom in the middle is negative 8. Make sure that you keep the negative there. Now, use your factor to 100 sheet if you need to. And I'm going to look at 15. And I need it to give me a negative 8. So 1 and 15, 3 and 5. Which one could give me negative 8? What do I have to do with the 3 and the 5?
One of them got to be negative.
Nope.
No? Oh.
Okay, but that's only going to give you positive 8. I need negative 8. Kaylee? Both of them have to be negative. So we are going to have, and you check. For the top, I need negative 3 times negative 5. Does that equal 15?
Yeah.
Yes. And for the bottom, I need negative 3 plus negative 5. Does that equal negative 8?
Yeah.
Yes. There's your check for yourself. Okay. Now, when I look at my two side pieces here, I use that information to rewrite my binomials. So my binomials are going to be, the top number always goes with your x. So this will be x minus 3 and x minus 5. And if you want to put the 1 in front of the x's, you can. Okay? It doesn't matter. Math Excel will accept it either way. It will also, if you put the negative 5 on the left and the negative 3 on the right, that's the same thing. So if I have, those are saying the exact same piece of information. So on Math Excel, it doesn't matter the order that you put these in. They just have to be a negative 5 and a negative 3. Okay? Okay, so let's look at number 2. Okay, what's your A value? What's your value for A? 1. What is the middle value that goes up in top?
12.
Negative 12.
What negative 12?
The bottom number,
Negative 4.
negative 4. So on my sheet, my factors, I'm going to look at 12, and I need the one that's going to give me negative 4. So if I look at 12 here,
2 and 6.
2 and 6,
But
which one's positive, which one's negative?
negative 2, 6. No, negative 6.
Yes, so 2's positive, 6 is negative. And if you remember with what I said yesterday, that this bottom number is a negative, so one of your two numbers that you just wrote down is negative. Always put the negative with the larger. 6 is larger than 2, 6 is the negative. Now, if I'm looking to rewrite these in binomial form, because that's my answer, so once I do my diamond, we're not finished yet until we write our binomial. This is going to be x plus 2, and this one's going to be x minus 6. X plus 2. Higher than 100? Or?
Do bigger numbers.
Yes, yes.
How many?
We're going to start off easy, and then they will get busy.
I was like 5 of the things that led up to it. Are we still going to be doing a diamond effect with it? Or is it going to be like you going to teach us another way?
Oh, no. We're only going to do trinomials.
Oh.
Only going to do 3 terms. Yep. Okay, number 3.
How many questions is there?
There's 12 questions total. We probably will not get to all 12 today.
Might not be able to finish, put all of them on this page then.
You can put another page. Make it multiple pages if you need to in your notes. Okay, A value, 2. The middle value up at top,
-6.
-6. This is A times C, -6. And then the middle number on the bottom,
-1.
-1. Make sure that you include the negative sign. Okay, so on my sheet, I need to find 6, which is either 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. And then which one will give me a difference of 1?
-3.
Okay, so I know that it's 2 and 3. 1 has to be negative. Yes. Okay, now this one has the extra little piece in it that I said you had to be aware of.
Need to reduce that to 1.
Correct. Okay. You have to look at these as fractions and make sure they are reduced. So, what's 2 divided by 2?
1.
So this would be 1 over 1. So when I write that as a binomial, it's going to be x plus 1. Do I have to reduce the right side? So I'm just going to write that as
At 2x minus 3.
2x minus 3. And if you need help reducing the fraction in your calculator, I have no problem. It does it for you. You just need to know the sequence of steps. Okay? This would have been wrong if you would have had, if I would have wrote this down as 2x plus 2, that right there is wrong because there's a 2 in both of them. Okay? So that's why that is incorrect. So I'm going to let you look at number 4. No, I'm just going to ask somebody else to talk their way through this one. So, anybody want to tell me what goes in your diamond? Go ahead, Shamir.
For A, 2 goes in there.
Okay. So 2 and 2. Okay, what goes in the middle?
6,
Good. And the bottom at the middle?
7. Yeah, 7. And then I use 6 and 1.
6 and 1. Okay, that works. 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. Good?
Do you when you reduce,
Yep.
I think that 1/3.
Okay, so when I reduce this, I then go right out to the side and I write 1/3 like that. So I know that that translates. Now that translates into what binomial, Shamira?
Huh?
What does this 1 over...
Oh, x plus 3,
Good.
and then, was it x? I want to say x plus 2? No, 2x plus, no, plus 1.
Yes, 2x plus 1. Very good. The x always goes with the top number. Okay? It never goes down to the bottom. Always stays at the top. Okay, 5. 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. And then somebody else willing to tell me what numbers go where?
2 and 2.
Okay, so 2 and 2. What number goes in the middle? Nope.
2 plus C. I don't know.
A plus A times C,
It's 4.
which is what?
5, 4,
Which one is it?
5,
4. This is A, and this is C, so that's 4. And what number goes down here?
5.
Okay, so what's your multiples of 4? That's going to add to give you 5.
1, 4.
So when I look on either side, how am I going to rewrite 2 and 1 as a binomial? Trent?
2 and 1.
Yep, so this is going to be,
2 x
yep,
1 plus 1.
plus 1, that's good. Now I have to reduce. What's 2/4 reduced to?
1 half.
1/2. So now I have to rewrite 1/2 in my binomial here.
X plus 2.
1x plus 2, or just x plus 2. Very good.
Are we allowed to write on the other page?
Yeah. Yep.
Do one more.
We're actually going to do 3 more.
Okay, no, 'cause wait, can I do it? But I don't know how to do it. Can you walk me through it?
Okay? I need to know what goes on either side at the top.
5 and 2?
Just 5 and 5.
5 and 5.
5 goes in both spots because you put A on both sides.
Okay. Okay.
And then the middle is A times C.
Which would be?
A, B, C.
So it'd be 2.
No, A times C. 5 times 2. That would be 10. And the bottom is just B,
Yeah, so -7.
-7. So you need multiples of 10. So if I look at 10, that's going to give me 7.
5.
So 1 and 10 or 2 and 5? Which one's going to give you 7?
2 and 5.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 and 5 here. Now, what you have to be, what'd you say?
We did yesterday. So that's what we did yesterday.
Yeah, but we're not finished because this isn't right. 2 times 5 is 10, I agree, but 2 plus 5 is positive 7, and I need this to be negative 7.
Both of them negatives.
Make both of them negative.
It's the same as number 1.
It is, it's very similar to number 1. Are you good with that so far? Okay, so now I'm going to look at my left side. Does that reduce? 5 over negative 2, does that reduce? No, that does not reduce. No. So how can I rewrite that as a binomial?
Can't you do?
Hold on a minute. Go ahead. Okay, you're going to put the 5 in the front with an x, and then whatever this says, and it says minus 2. 5x minus 2. Now, the other side, we have 5 over negative 5. Can you reduce that
Yes.
to what? Negative 1. So this would be 1, and the negative 1 has to stay at the bottom. Okay? So now this would just be 1x, or just x, minus 1. The sign at the bottom tells you whether to put a negative in there or a positive sign in your binomial. Right? You have to follow that, keeping your sign where it goes.
6, 17.
Okay, perfect. No, you're in trouble, but you need to go see Miss Severs. You know where she's at? She's the Secretary of Student Services. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you'll be fine. You don't have to do the other 2. Okay, I'm going to assign the next 2, and then I'm going to choose 2 people to come up here and put them up. So here are the next two problems.
What do we gotta do this for? Is this our exit slip?
No.
This is starting to get more complicated.
Yep.
Looks more fun now. Sarah's not moving, but I mean, if anybody asks, you're just giving me and I'm just giving you some shit because you owe me.
What are you selling chips for? Just for the heck of it, because you want to sell chips? No, I know, but are you selling them for, like, some people are selling stuff right now for their lab.
Like,
Are
to
you
get stuff from my lab,
selling
yeah. To get like the
chips
run
for
and
your lab?
yeah.
Okay, now you have this, but now we need to see what the two answers are. So they're on how to write that?
The bottom one is B, right?
The bottom is B.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I can see. Okay, so here's the mistake here. This can be reduced.
I tried to look at it in there.
Okay, so we can see what we do. Okay, it won't because of the negative, so just take the negative out and just do, no, leave the negative there. No, don't put it in the calculator. Do two. Okay, and so now when you put it, put the one up top, but put the negative, keep the negative with the 5. So if the negative's at the bottom, keep the negative there.
So it's
There won't be a
X
negative
minus
at the top.
X minus 5.
Yes.
Do I have somebody that's willing to go put 7 up? You want to do 7?
No, I don't.
I'll do 8.
I don't, because I'm not sure if it's right. Well, not because it's not right. because I-
Should be able, you want to do 8?
I'll do 8.
Okay, that's fine. You should be able to just pick up the pen and go ahead and write it in.
I like this one. So now we see what goes in the 10.
Now you need to look at 10 and say which one of these is going to give you 9 if I add or subtract it. Okay, so then you have to
It'll
do,
give me 9, not negative.
okay, how are you going to get negative 9?
Make one of them.
Which one? Very specifically, we know which one.
This one.
10.
So, negative 1 times negative 9.
Okay. No,
Or
plus 10.
plus 10. Would be negative.
No, it would give you positive 9. You need negative. Yes, there you go.
Probably that one.
Look at that. This is here. Got the wrong numbers here. -2 plus 3. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest
can get 5, either 6 and 1 or 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why that makes that
Okay.
tricky, that's why I put it in there. Okay. You're right, you just have the wrong number.
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Making sense? Oh, that's good. Okay, so if I'm looking at number 7, okay, you should get x minus 5 and 2x plus 1. And number 8 should be x minus 6, x plus 1. Yes? I'm checking x squared. Yes.
How?
Yes. Did you put negative 2 and 3 in there? Okay, so I want multiples of 6. So multiples of 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Both of them will give you 5, okay? But only one way can you get a negative 6 up here, and that would be if you have a 1 and a negative 6. Because if I do 2 and 3 and make one of those negative, then that middle term would be a negative 1 or a positive 1.